what are your tips for conquering color?
Yeah, and I think we covered a couple of those now, right? Like the color legend, trying to incorporate that into your titles. The number of colors in the view, I would say try to limit that to about 4 or 5, because anything above that gets distracting. But I think the main tip here is to be very intentional with your use of color. Those, going back to those data visualization tools and software, they make it very easy for you to add color to, let's say, 25 categories, and they'll assign a really different color for every single category, and it doesn't really mean anything. So what I recommend people do is actually start with a grayscale, remove all color from the entire data visualization. So build your charts, right? Have your whole story, and then try to think, or even like build it with color if you need and print it in grayscale just to see what it looks like. And then try to think, how can I use color to actually help me tell the story, right? Have sales for a specific region been down for the past 12 months? Well, like on a line chart, you can make that line chart bright red and use color that way to bring attention, right? That's called using an alert. Or you can use something like a bluish, or you could try greenish color if you want, but I recommend blue as a highlight color where you want to bring the audience's attention to something, and then leaving everything else gray. You can actually read up, there's psychology about which colors mean what, right? I think yellow is a color that gets you to buy things like sales, stuff like that.
Yeah, correct. Blue is the #1 sales color.
Yeah, red is like the warning alert.
Red is the warning.
Danger.
Orange is like a void. It's kind of like warning. Yeah.
So they're definitely.
And those are, if I'm correct, those are unconscious neurological signals that we were taught. Those are not even things that have to be retaught. They're
not even taught. This is stuff that you would find in nature, like blue, the calm water, stuff like that. So it actually does drive us to make decisions. That's why all those sales and things are like yellow stickers all over the place, and it gets your attention, and it actually triggers different parts of your brain that make you do different things or want to do different things. Gray is the most important color in your data visualization. And I truly believe that, because it's great for using, we use gray for all the supporting details of everything, right? The titles, the subtitles, the annotations, the pics, the tick marks, the grid lines, all of that stuff I use gray. And whenever I don't need to call attention to something, I tend to use gray or even gradients of gray, depending on what I'm trying to visualize, not for a background, no gradients for background. But yeah, gray is the most important color, I think, in a data visualization. But then you can use other colors, like let's say if your brand color is blue, then you use gray for everything, but then you can use blue to actually draw attention to specific things, like a highest performing bar or lowest, whatever you want to.
What if you don't have a color scheme? What if your organization, you don't have a color scheme?
Yeah, you can go to the site. I believe it's called Brewer.
Brewer. Let me put it in the.
Yeah, I could put a link if you want in the comments.
Yeah, sure. I'll go find it. Color.
Yeah, I found it.
Brewer palettes.
Brewer. Yeah, it's so cool. I love it.
Colorbrewer2.org. Oh, cool.
Oh, it won't let me add comments.
I wanted to share my screen. Do you want to pull it up on your screen? We could show it.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, let's show people what they are. I have mine that I like to. I'll have you pull it up. Get a color scheme.
I'll pull it up here.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay, so here's Color Brewer 2. And you can basically pick color schemes. And these are colors that I guess are known to work well with each other. And you can also think if you want sequential, do you want diverging?
I've never seen this one. This is nice.
Yeah, you know what else is great? And I was going to get to this later, but maybe we'll touch on it now since we're talking about color, is color blindness and printer friendly. And this is something that you can actually show the settings here. So
I was going to ask you about color blindness. That was going to be my next question on color. How do you deal with that? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, basically, this site also shows you, like, if you wanted to pick a color scheme, but you want it to be colorblind safe, it gives you the colorblind safe options. Ooh. So 1 in 12 men, and I forget the percent of women, but it's a much smaller percent of women are actually colorblind. And the most common one is the RAG, right? The red, amber, green, because people who are colorblind tend to see green and red as very, very similar.
Yeah.
For me, it's crazy, right? Because they look very different to me. But when I upload a document, there are other sites that we can pull up that show you, if you upload an image of your chart, it'll show you how it looks to a colorblind person. And you can do little tests like that. Or you can pick schemes that are colorblind safe.